Hello, this is EDs. Welcome back to another Mario Maker 2 video, clearing more uncleared levels. We're gonna start off with a clear condition, get this many coins level. Your fear with these is always that I hope these coins aren't hidden. And this person announces right from their, a Polish person, the untranslated title, I don't know what it says, but he announces right in his little description that you're gonna have to be looking for these coins. They're in hidden blocks. They're invisible coins. Find them all. And it's like, oh my god, why would you want to play it? Why would anyone want to play this? Yeah. You wonder what people are thinking when they make these. We'll do a lot of speed ups on this one. Unfortunately, this isn't even the only coin collecting clear condition level that we'll play today. The 3D World also had that same clear condition. It was a little nicer about it, but it wasn't good. The person put arrows in certain places. We're gonna see a few deaths on this one. Me looking for coins. I didn't look in the program right away. I did play it. I usually like to play it first, see what we got. A lot of the coins here are not super maliciously hidden. You're definitely gonna bop your head and fall in the... There's coins down there. It really looks like it's a soft lock, right? I avoid them on this life, but it's not. We'll get them later. We will watch a whole playthrough in sped up motion at the end. You also notice from the clear condition, it's at least 247 coins, which means there are more coins on the screen than 247 on the map. But, there I hit the Kaizo block and fall in the lava. So yeah, eventually I did. I get to the end with a certain amount of coins and I'm missing some. But pay attention to this moment right here. There are a lot of blocks that you can't get to. Most of them have like fireballs in them or Hammer Brothers or something. So yeah, I did hit a block that had a fireball in it, and yeah, right here, this area right here, just remember that there's a Hammer Brother in that one. A lot of these blocks you can't hit at all, so it doesn't really matter, but yeah, there are fireballs in them. Not that you would know if you were just playing air. I don't jump fast enough. But yeah, I got to the very end, lacking a couple of coins, so I looked in the program to see what I was missing. So I think I found all of these without actually looking in the program, because they're all very, right where you would kind of guess they were, I suppose. Here, I'm pause buffering because there's a big blind jump. Fairly okay there. Yeah, we'll watch a lot of sped up. So I'm like, well, I could jump YOLO, or I could go in the pipe, and then I go in the pipe, and there's a bunch of coins here. You see me jumping around. You can tell I haven't looked yet because I am looking around. It gets very difficult if you're like looking at your little phone and you're like, okay, which ones did I miss? And there's 247 coins. It's a difficult situation. I clear these more out of duty than wanting to play these. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 2025 level. It's amazing how close we are to the end. I did hear that there was only one 2023 level. I don't know if that's been cleared out. It's pretty insane. I think the Beast featured it on a video last week, I think. 2 weeks ago from when you're seeing this. So here I am at the end with 2 coins missing. Looking up here, and there's just a bunch of fireballs, so you're gonna get killed. I deeply fear that I'm gonna have to look at the program. But if you jump over this area, there's a pixel art, and there's a bunch of coins over here, and a key door. I believe that pixel art is the author of the stage flipping me off the double birds. I think that's what that's supposed to be. It's also in his thumbnail. But yeah, there are a lot of coins over here. There's not quite enough. But when I looked at the program and saw this and saw I could get over here, and it turns out I'm not even the first person to do this, I thought that I could get back to the beginning when I went through the door. That's not the case, though. If you go through this door, it drops you in a spike pit. I thought I could jump out of here, but it is at the very top of the screen, so I can't. And yeah, you'll see there's another X there, so somebody else got that far. So here's the sped up final run. You'll notice that there are a couple of mushrooms in this stage. You kind of do want them because it's very easy to get hit, especially when there's a bunch of fireballs at the end. But it actually ends up kind of screwing you over. We'll kind of slow it down when we get to the coins that I missed. Yeah, you'll see me pause a couple of times to look. See, and sometimes I don't even pause. I'm just looking at my phone and seeing, am I missing any here? Did I get enough? Yeah, you get all those. You can get all those, fine. There's a mushroom in that middle block, but... So here's where we're going to slow it down, and this is where I missed some coins. I told you to pay attention to here before. And I'm like, there are 2 more coins here. Why am I not getting that coin? The thing is, if you have a mushroom, you can't get this coin. You have to duck. You can get it. You just have to duck. So it's like, oh, that tricky bastard. Yeah, great level here. And it's, you know, it's too much for me to comment and help people solve it if they get an endless. So, you know, hopefully, even the beast will skip levels now if they annoy him too much. So he'll probably end up skipping this after one try. Yeah, these kind of levels are really just terrible. You have to get all 10 coins in each one of these blocks, which isn't hard, but it's annoying. And that's all I need. That's all I need. I need to walk and hit the axe, and then we're done. Terrible level. Terrible level. I've played worse, though. It didn't take me that long. It was only like maybe a 20-minute level. But yeah, those are kind of like one of the rudest levels that you can make. Here, collect all these coins, but you have to find hidden coins. It makes you fear any level that has a coin clear condition. And I've made some really good coin clear condition levels, and it makes everyone just terrified of them. So they don't even, sometimes you don't even get to consider that they're good. Now here is Super Mario Bros. 3. This is a level that isn't that bad, really. But you'll see me boo it almost right away. It's actually probably the best level I played this week. But it's a precision level that immediately seemed really hard to me. And in a way that I wouldn't find fun, so I booed it. And then I'm like, you know what? It's more kind than it's not as bad as I thought it was. Here's this jump right here was like, this seems impossible. And then I'm like, oh, I'm a freaking idiot, man. This is not even hard. And yeah, you'll see, you can just nudge up next to that thwomp. This jump is way harder than that. You have to land right next to that bumper without getting hit off. And I'll show a couple tries, but I died many times on this. Probably more times here than anywhere else. Yeah, this is rough. And then you have to jump, and if you're too close to the bumper, you get knocked off. I think this is where I succeed. I eventually had to make myself stop holding run all the time on these. This part with the vines is pretty easy. I think I died there once, excuse me. Sorry, I had a little bit of cough there. Yeah, I died there once, just because I didn't grab the vine. This is really tough right here. It's more or less the same jump as the first jump, but it's multiple ones in a row, so it's very tough. Climb this little staircase without getting too close. You get to the top, there is a thing to hit my head against, but it is very easy to bounce into those spikes. Now here is a blind jump, which is kind of annoying. I don't think it's really worthy of a boo, because you kind of see what's going on. I did hit my head on those spikes one time. I didn't include it in the video. Here, watch this. I make it, and then I run into the spike wall. So there's definitely blind, but it's not too unfair. Here's a whole run. We'll watch the whole thing in normal speed. Yeah, this is a precision level, and it's a fairly inventive one. It's not too long. So yeah, I don't know if I would ever give this kind of level a like, but it's not bad. I do regret booing this one. I wish I could take it back. You know, if Nintendo let me, I would have definitely... They should have... That's one big complaint I've always had about this game. There's no reason you can't take boos back. There's no reason you can't change your mind. There's no reason if you like something you can't even change it. I've liked levels before that turned out to have dev exits, and then I'm like, well, I liked it now, or I accidentally like levels. That's even the worst. That's the most painful thing. You go to boo a level and you like it, is very painful. So yeah, that wasn't that bad of a level. It took me a lot of lives though. I look at the beginning of this video and then look at this. It was over. It had a lot of tries, I think, but I think it took me 50 lives. So that was a tough one. Yeah, if you're a precision player, you probably like that level. Onto the Super Mario World one. This is definitely one that hasn't been cleared just because it was not played. It's very easy. It's by far the easiest level we'll see today. And it's fair, and I don't boo it, but it's not good enough for me to like it either. It's a speed run. There's some waiting, which is not great, but it's not that bad either. Timer's not super tight. I saw that at the last second. I'm like, oh, put on that helmet. I was trying to figure out what they wanted me to do, and I'm like, oh, they want me to damage boost anyway. Yeah, there's some really weird parts here where they want you to damage boost. And you're not entirely sure. Here, I mess up. You're supposed to damage boost here anyway. You got to get through this. Then they take away your mushroom. Here's a triple jump setup. So I wonder if they started making this in NSMBU and then decided to change it to Super Mario World. Because I actually tried a triple jump. I think this is the last life. Yeah, I only died like maybe... This one took me like less than 3 minutes, I think. So we'll throw this showman on. We know what's coming up. We just run to the right. Yeah, this is probably an expert level, but even it's not even that hard. Like, it would be a fairly easy expert level. And they actually give you 3 1-ups. It's in the... There's a clearing condition about it and everything, so... You probably like this level if you played it in Endless. We're not going to worry about the triple jump because it doesn't work in this style. And then I'm like, I was going to go in that pipe and I'm like, oh wait, 3 1-ups. That looks like a 3 1-up setup, and it is. So again, a useless clear condition, but it's not, you know, it's not malicious anyway. So if you didn't see those blocks above, you might have missed that. But yeah, it's not that hard. So yeah, no, neutral, but, you know, probably closer to a like than a... So this might actually... I still think the Super Mario Bros. 3 one was a little better, because it was at least a little more challenging, but also almost too hard. NSMBU is another one I don't boo, but this one is also pretty close. It is a clear condition, don't leave the ground level. We have a lot of... Are all of them? No, the Super Mario Bros. 3 wasn't a clear condition level. Don't leave the ground, and it is a don't leave the ground level, which is always like not the best thing in the world. But this one isn't super malicious either, and it's long, but it's not too long. There is one part I guess I could complain about. There's a couple of parts. I did look in the program at a certain point because I really wanted to know. Actually, I wanted to know if a thwomp had a parachute or not, and it turns out it doesn't, but we'll see that coming up. Yeah, it's not too boring and not too malicious and not too evil. Here's something that it never occurred to me until after I beat the level, is that I could have just put on the Shummet and gone backwards, but I don't know that at this point. But this question block will see me missing a few times. It's very hard to get. It contains a mushroom. Yeah, you miss it, you're done. So I guess I could have just checked it out at that point and seen what is in there. I should have done that. I assume that I have to hit it, though. And then there's a mushroom in here. I don't know how I didn't lose the clear condition there. I swear to God I should have. But I didn't. Yeah, these levels are also too slow a lot of the time, and this one's not too bad. The Beast likes to call these don't play the level without, or don't play the level and have fun. I thought this was actually the end of the level, which is why it takes me so long, but there's a door behind that saw. You can just run. You don't have to wait here at all. If you just keep running, you get past these guys. I didn't realize that till later. We will not watch a whole run of this because it's too long. Yeah, this one's probably... The last one was closer to a like than a boo. This one's probably closer to a boo than a like, just because this clear condition is hard to make fun. But like I said, this one's... It's not malicious. So they were at least trying to make a real level. Put a little bit of effort into it. Not my favorite type of level, but yeah, it's not terrible. Remember that one from a few weeks ago where I had to cross the POWs? That one was actually interesting. Don't leave the ground level. Generally, the best use of that clear condition is to have like a wall jump level, like a new soup or a 3D World wall jump level where you, or Kaizo's, obviously. There's, yeah, the fireball came up from under. I for some reason I thought it was not gonna do that. This part gets pretty close to evil because this is one of the more fun parts of the level, really, but it's easy to die and you have to start all over from the beginning, and that can be painful. If I had died a few more times, or if there's something a little crueler, yeah, you're coming from above, it's very hard to predict where those fireballs are going to be. Yeah, if I had died one more time, I might have been mad enough to boo it. It just never quite hit that level of this is pissing me off. And we're past these guys, and then we're good on that. That's the hardest part of the level. I think this is the final run, too. There's some Japanese on the right. I have no idea what it says. At least it's not a guy giving me the double bird, so... Yeah, and then this kind of part, it can get kind of boring, too. If you died and had to go through this whole thing again, I might have been annoyed enough to boo it. But it just didn't take long enough for me to get mad about this level. Oh, I was like, what are those things above? And then they started throwing hammers, and I was like, oh, holy crap. I better run. So here's the part. This scared the shit out of me, and it was funny enough that it didn't, like, annoy me. I was like, I'm screwed. Only one chain chomp, which is nice. And then you get a mushroom, and then there's a thwomp, and I'm like, does he have a parachute? Does he not have a parachute? I had to look in the program to figure out what was going on, and it took me forever to figure it out. That pause was edited down quite a bit. You just want to ride him. So you have to trigger him immediately and then just ride him. That part, you know, if you're playing this and you don't have the program, that might piss you off, because you're never going to guess that. But I'm looking at it and I see, like, there's no way, because I have to touch ground again. How do I win? Yeah, that might be a little malicious, I guess. 3-minute clear condition level, that's not a good level. Maybe I should have booed that one. Onto the 3D World level, again, a coin collecting level with hidden blocks. This one is a little less mean about it because there are some arrows, but they're not very good. It's really hard to tell what they need you to do in a lot of cases. The arrows are not like right where the coins are either. Oh, we're only going to watch the clear on this one. I forgot that I did. It was hard. This one was tough to edit because I was wandering around a lot looking for coins. So yeah, the first thing is there's coins to the left that you have to ride up here, and then there's some up here. You trigger this Meowser, so you have to not get hit by him. Very annoying. But you don't have to fight him at least. And then there's a couple coins here, a couple coins there. We are going to be watching out for piranha plants because they're everywhere. They're coming out of most pipes. There's 2 coins on the spike thing that I'm going to have to take damage to do that. So one of these pipes we can go down, and there's a subworld with more coins in it. Yeah, this arrow is where I really start. Oh, no, I think I killed that piranha and jumped off, and there's a hidden coin block there. That's how I found it. Oh no, it's not even a coin block. That's a mushroom. It turns out that the coins on the spikes we're gonna have to take damage eventually. Yeah, we're gonna have to go up here first. Yeah, there's a little bit of a damage boost. Again, you have to play the whole level to really understand what they want you to do. Yeah, we need to take damage here and get all these coins. Some bullies, not too bad to deal with. We gotta watch out for these yellow spikes. They cycle through. Yeah, watch out for this Goomba that pops out. That can be dangerous. These piranhas right here are very easy to die from. The 3D world, they launch themselves at you a bit. Trying to kill them, so in case I fall back down here, I can avoid hitting them again. When we go up here, we have to be careful to not get hit by the yellow spikes again. I thought there must have been an on-off switch in this level, and I was looking everywhere for it. I think I only looked in the program to find how to get to the flag, and we'll see that in a minute. But yeah, then there's a pom-pom fight, always horrible. Lame anyway, not horrible, it's just pain in the ass. 3D world bosses are really bad. I make the decision that I need to come over to the left so she can't appear on those platforms to the right of me. Do some wall jumps, get those coins, go through the door, and we get our second damage boost power up. It's a cat suit. And this drops us right on the spikes where the coins were in the first place. Yeah, all in all, like, both coin collecting levels, they're like, they put coins in kind of spots where you might look, but you don't know that, and you're just going to be jumping around everywhere. Like, that first level had that subworld, that really wide open subworld. That was, oh, here I enter the subworld again because I thought there were still coins to get, but then I realized I already got those coins, so we'll go back to the main world. I had seen where the flag was. It's right to the right here, but I couldn't see how to get to it. It just turns out there's another hidden block with a hidden power-up in it. And I try to twirl up and it doesn't work. So yeah, terrible level. You might be able to solve that one. I think the other one is more difficult. But yeah, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.